continued, page 42. Lesson 8. Topic: The story of Proserpine. Procrepine. Unit 1. Number 1. Read the text and answer the questions that follow. Para 1. Long, long ago, in the beautiful island of Sicily, there lived a goddess called Ceres. She was the goddess of crops, plants and trees. So on her depended the health and happiness of all the people of this wide world. Sicily, Sicily. Para 2. Ceres had a fair daughter, Proserpine, whom she loved more than her life. Proserpine was the brightest and loveliest of all girls. Her cheeks were rosy and beautiful, like the apple blossoms in spring. Her eyes were as blue as the sky in April. Her long golden curls were as bright as the sunlight in springtime. All the radiant loveliness of springtime seemed to have taken the form of this fair maiden. Everybody said, "She is the spring." Proserpine helped her mother in the fields. With her young companions she danced and sang while gathering flowers. Para 3. Far down the earth there lived dark Pluto, king of the land of the dead. He had often asked some goddess to come and live with him, but no goddess was willing to live among the dead. So Pluto was very lonely. Para 4. One day Pluto came to earth and was driving along in his swift chariot. Chariot. Behind some bushes he heard voices and laughter. He was curious. He stopped his chariot and walked to the bushes. There he saw Proserpine laughing and playing with her companions, who formed a circle round her. Page 43. Paras 1 to 4. Word nest. Para 1. Island, deep, a place of land surrounded by water. Sicily, একটি দ্বীপের নাম, an island. Goddess, দেবী, feminine gender of God. Crops, শস্য, the fertile produce of the cultivated land. Depended, ভরসা করত, relied, wide, চওড়া, broad. Para 2. Fair, সুন্দর, beautiful. Blossoms, ফুল, flowers. Curls, চুলের থোকা, ringlets of hair. Radiant, উজ্জ্বল, shining. Maiden, বালিকা, কুমারী, a girl. Companions, সঙ্গী, সহচর. Partner, gathering, সংগ্রহ করেছে, collecting. Para 3. Willing, ইচ্ছুক, desiring. Lonely, একাকী, alone. Para 4. Swift, দ্রুতগামী, fast. Chariot, রথ, a car, especially one used by ancient princes. Laughter, অট্টহাসি, smile with a vocal sound. Activity A. Write T for true statements and F for the false ones in the boxes below. Write the supporting statement for each of your answer. Number 1. Sicily is an island under Italy. Answer 1. True. Supporting statement. Sicily is under Italy. Number 2. Ceres is the goddess of cereals. Answer number 2. True. Supporting statement. She was the goddess of crops, plants and trees. Number 3. Ceres was the daughter of Proserpine. Answer number 3. False. Supporting statement. Ceres had a fair daughter, Proserpine. Number 4. Pluto was the king of the land of the dead. Answer true. Supporting statement, far down the earth there lived dark Pluto, king of the land of the dead. Number 5. He came to earth on a horse. Answer number 5 false. Supporting statement, one day Pluto came to earth and was driving along in his swift chariot. Activity B. Fill in the blanks with the words from the text. Number 1. Proserpine was blank of all girls. Answer number 1. Brightest and loveliest. Number 2. Her cheeks were beautiful like blank. Answer, the apple blossoms in spring. Number 3. Her hair was blank. Answer number 3. As bright as the sunlight in springtime. Number 4. No goddess was willing to live with blank. Answer number 4. Pluto. Number 5. Pluto saw Proserpine. Answer number 5. Laughing and playing. Activity C. Answer in brief. Question number 1. How did the happiness of the people depend on Ceres? Answer number 1. Ceres was the goddess of crops, plants and trees. So on her depended the health and happiness of all the people of this wide world. Question number 2. Where did Pluto live? Answer number 2. Far down the earth there lived dark Pluto, king of the land of the dead. Question number 3. Why was he very lonely? Answer number 3. He had often asked some goddess to come and live with him, but no goddess was willing to live among the dead, so Pluto was very lonely. Page 44. Question number 4. How did Proserpine spend her time? Answer number 4. Proserpine helped her mother in the fields. With her young companions she danced and sang while gathering flowers. Question number 5. How did Pluto come to know Proserpine? Answer number 5. Pluto saw Proserpine laughing and playing with her companions, who formed a circle round her. Activity D. The beauty of Proserpine was described by comparing her. Number 1. Cheeks were rosy and beautiful like blank. Answer, the apple blossom in spring. Number 2. Eyes were as blue as blank. Answer, the sky in April. Number 3. Long golden curls were as bright as blank. Answer, the sunlight in springtime. Number 4. The form of the fair lady was like radiant loveliness of blank. Answer, springtime. Number 5. She is compared to the blank. Answer, springtime. Bhul. Answer, spring. Number 2. Read the text and answer the questions below. Para 5. Pluto was charmed at the sight of the lovely maiden. He looked at Proserpine and thought, I must make her my queen. Her bright face will make even my dark kingdom look bright and beautiful. But he knew that it would be useless to ask the maiden to be his queen. So he stepped into the circle and carried her to his chariot. The companions of Proserpine were frightened and fled in all directions. Pluto departed with the captive maiden in his chariot. He drove very fast. He was afraid that Proserpine's mother Ceres would soon appear there in search of her daughter. Para 6. After some time Pluto came to the bank of a river. The river was full to the brim and he could not drive through the water. To go in another direction would mean loss of time. So with his sceptre he struck the ground. The ground opened at once, and chariot, horses, and all plunged into the darkness below. Just as the ground was closing over her, Proserpine seized her girdle and threw it far out into the river. She thought that the girdle might reach Ceres, and her mother would be able to trace her lost daughter. Paras 5 to 6 word nest. Para 5 charmed, আকৃষ্ট হয়েছিল was attracted. Sight দৃষ্টি ক্ষেত্র visual range. Frightened আতঙ্কিত terrorized. Departed প্রস্থান করেছিল went away. Fled পালিয়েছিল ran away. Captive বন্দী confined. Search খোঁজা to find. Para 6 brim নদী হ্রদ the edge of a river. Direction অভিমুখ bound for. Sceptre রাজদণ্ড a staff symbolizing kingship. Struck আঘাত করেছিল hit. Plunged ঝাঁপ দিয়েছিল dived into water. Seized সজোরে আঁকড়ে ধরেছিল grasped forcibly. Girdle কোমর বন্ধ belt. Reach পৌঁছেছিল arrived. Trace খুঁজে পাওয়া detect. Page number 45. Activity A. Write T for true statements and F for false ones. In the box below, give the supporting statements. Number 1. Pluto was charmed at the sight of Proserpine. Number 2. He proposed to Proserpine to marry him. Number 3. He took her away in his chariot. Number 4. He drove through the river. Number 5. Proserpine willingly went with the king. Activity B. Fill in the gaps with the information from the text. Number 1. The beautiful face of Proserpine will make dark kingdom. Blank. Number 2. So he carried Proserpine to his blank and blank. Number 3. Pluto was afraid that Ceres would soon blank. Number 4. So Pluto struck the blank with his blank. Number 5. Proserpine threw blank far into the water. Activity C. Answer the following questions in brief. Question number 1. Why did Pluto carry away Proserpine in his chariot? Number 2. Why did he drive very fast? Number 3. How did Pluto get into the ground below? Number 4. Why did Proserpine throw her girdle into the water? Number 5. Where did Pluto carry away the beautiful maiden? Activity D. Fill in the blanks with the following words from the text. Bracket A. Form of the words may be changed. Number 1. The king holds blank at time of ceremony. Number 2. The diver blank into the water to fish out the drowned boy. Number 3. The rich lady put on a golden blank round her waist. Number 4. The first train blank Sialda at 5 a.m. Number 5. They were taken blank by the gunman. List of words given below: departed, captive, sceptre, plung, girdle. page 46, Unit 2. Number 3. Read the text and answer the questions that follow. Para 7. In the evening, Ceres came back home. She did not find her daughter, who usually came running to meet her. This had never happened before. Ceres was greatly surprised and a little worried. She searched for her in all the rooms, but they were all empty. Then she lighted a torch from the fires of a volcano and wandered about the fields and valleys looking for Proserpine. The search went on for the whole night, and in the morning her grief knew no bounds. Para 8. That very day Ceres began a long journey. She wandered over land and sea, over hills and valleys for days together. She neglected all her work on earth. As a result, the crops failed everywhere. The ground became dry and barren. Famine broke out all over the world. It seemed that the earth grieved with the grieving mother. Para 9. The people were starving. They came to Ceres and implored her to bring back plenty and save their lives. Ceres lifted her sad face, weary with ceaseless wandering, and said, I cannot take care of the earth until I get back my lost daughter. Para 10. So the people thought of praying to Jupiter, who was the king of the gods, and to Jupiter they sent their prayer to bring Proserpine back to her mother. They were sadly in need of Ceres's help. Para 11. Ceres wandered all over the earth and came at last to Sicily. One day, when she was passing by a river, waves carried something to her feet. She picked up the object and saw that it was the girdle of her daughter. Para 12. Ceres looked at it carefully again and again. Tears filled her eyes and streamed down her pale cheeks. She suddenly seemed to hear a voice coming from a nearby fountain. The voice grew clearer every moment, and it said, Ceres, great mother of the earth, I am the nymph of the fountain. Nymph, Nymph. I live in the dark depths of the earth, and I have seen your daughter on a throne in the kingdom of Pluto. Her cheeks were pale and her eyes were heavy with weeping. Go to Jupiter and pray to him to send her back to you. Do not grieve any more. Paras 7 to 12. Word nest. Para 7. Usually, সাধারণত, commonly. Surprised, অবাক হয়েছিল, astonished. Worried, উদ্বিগ্ন হয়েছিল, perplexed. Empty, শূন্য, ফাঁকা. Containing nothing within. Torch, মশাল, a large candle. Volcano, আগ্নেয়গিরি, a hill emitting lava. Wandered, উদ্দেশ্যহীনভাবে ঘুরে বেরিয়েছিল, moving aimlessly. Valleys, উপত্যকা, a low area between hills. Grief, দুঃখ, sorrow. Para 8. Journey, ভ্রমণ, travel. Neglected, অবহেলা করেছিল, treated carelessly. Barren, নিষ্ফলা, sterile. Famine, দুর্ভিক্ষ, extreme scarcity of food. Page 47, Para 9. Starving, ক্ষুধায় মারা যাচ্ছে, causing to die of hunger. Implored, মিনতি করেছিল, requested earnestly. Plenty, প্রাচুর্য, abundance. Lifted, উঁচু করেছিল, elevated. Weary, ক্লান্ত, tired. Ceaseless, অবিরাম, endless. Para 11. Carried, পৌঁছে দিয়েছিল, conveyed. Object, লক্ষিত বস্তু, a material thing. Para 12, streamed down, ধারার মতো নির্গত হয়েছিল, flowed down like a stream. Pale, বিবর্ণ, colorless. Fountain, ঝর্ণা, a spring. Nymph, উপদেবী, a semi-divine maiden. Depths, গভীর স্থান, a deep place. Throne, সিংহাসন, a chair of state. Grieve, শোক করা, mourn. Activity A. Write T for the true statements and F for the false ones in the boxes below with supporting sentences. Number 1. When Ceres came back home, her daughter came running to meet her. Answer: false. Supporting statement: she did not find her daughter, who usually came running to meet her. Number 2. Ceres searched everywhere for her daughter. Answer: true. Supporting statement: she searched for her in all the rooms. Number 3. Ceres at last found her daughter in the river. Answer: false. Supporting statement: she picked up the object and saw that it was the girdle of her daughter. Number 4. Proserpine was sitting on the throne of Pluto. Answer: number 4. True. Supporting statement: I have seen your daughter on a throne in the kingdom of Pluto. Number 5. The king of the gods told Ceres so. Answer: number 5. False. Supporting statement: I am the nymph of the fountain. Activity B. Fill in the gaps with the information from the text. Number 1. Ceres was a little blank. Answer: number 1. Surprised. Number 2. She lighted a torch from blank. Answer: the fires of a volcano. Number 3. Ceres searched over blank. Answer: number 3. Land and sea over hills and valleys. Number 4. The people implored her to blank. Answer: number 4. Bring back plenty. Number 5. Ceres suddenly heard a voice coming from blank. Answer: number 5. A nearby fountain. Activity C. Answer the following in brief. Question number 1. This had never happened before. What had never happened before? Answer number 1. Ceres did not find her daughter, who usually came running to meet her. This had never happened before. Question number 2. Where did Ceres search for her daughter? Answer number 2. Ceres searched her daughter in all the rooms, but they were all empty. Number 3. Why did famine break out everywhere? Answer number 3. Ceres neglected all her work on earth. As a result, the crops failed everywhere. The ground became dry and barren. Famine broke out all over the world. Number 4. What did the people implore Ceres? Answer number 4. People implored Ceres to bring back plenty and save their lives. Page number 86. Question number 5. Do not grieve anymore. Who said it and to whom? Answer number 5. The nymph of the mountain said this to Ceres. Page number 48. Activity D. Match the words in column A with their nearest meanings in column B. Column A, words. Number 1, starving. Number 2, implored. Number 3, ceaseless. Number 4, nymph. Number 5, grieve. Column B words. Number 1 prayed. Number 2 goddess of woods and water. Number 3 feel very sad. Number 4 endless. Number 5 having no food. Activity D answers number 1 starving, having no food. Number 2 implored, prayed. Number 3 ceaseless, endless. Number 4 nymph, goddess of wood and water. Number 5 grieve, sad. Number 4 read the text and answer the following questions. Para 13 with these words the nymph seemed to leap towards the sun and the sky. Number 14 Ceres came to see Jupiter and said, I have found the place where my daughter is. Please give her back to me, and I shall once more make the earth as fruitful, as green as it was. Para 15 Jupiter was deeply moved by the mother's sorrow and also by the prayers of the people on the earth. He thought for a while and said, Proserpine may return to earth if she has not tasted any food in Pluto's kingdom. Para 16 Ceres quickly descended into the land of the dead, but alas, that very day Proserpine had eaten 6 pomegranate seeds, and for every one of those seeds she was destined each year to spend a month in the realm of the dead. Para 17 So for 6 months every year Proserpine would come back to her mother. When she did so, flowers bloomed, birds sang, and the earth smiled to welcome the young queen. But when the time came for Proserpine to rejoin Pluto in his dark underground kingdom, Ceres would begin to grieve for 6 months. The earth too would look sad and gloomy. The trees would shed their leaves. The flowers too would hide underground until they heard again the gentle footfall of Proserpine returning to earth. Paras 13 to 17 Word nest. Para 13 leap, laugh dewa, jump. Para 14 fruitful, fall dayok, producing fruit. Para 15 sorrow, dukkho, mental pain. Para 16 descended, অবতরণ kora, came down, pomegranate. Dalim fall, a kind of fruit. Seeds, beej, germs of flowering plants. Destined, bhagyo নিয়ন্ত্রিত. Fixed, realm, রাজ্য, kingdom. Para 17 bloomed, ফুল ফুটে ছিল, bore flowers. Rejoin, পুনরায় যোগ দেওয়া. Page 49 Join again. Gloomy, হতাশ. Despondent. Shed, খসানো, cast off. Gentle, মৃদু, mild. Footfall, পদধ্বনি. Sound of step. Activity A. Write T for the true statements and F for the false ones in the boxes below. Write the supporting statement for each of your answer. Number 1. So saying, the nymph leaped into the sky. Number 2. Ceres prayed to Jupiter to get her daughter back to her. Number 3. Jupiter refused to give her daughter back. Number 4. Then Ceres went to Pluto and met her daughter. Number 5. But the daughter could never come back to earth to her mother. Activity B. Fill in the blanks with the words from the text. Number 1. Ceres said that she would make the earth fruitful and green. Number 2. Ceres came down to the realm. Blank. Number 3. When Proserpine would join Pluto, Ceres would begin blank. Number 4. For 6 months the earth would look sad and blank. Number 5. The flowers would hide blank until Proserpine. Activity C. Answer the following questions in brief. Number 1. Why was Jupiter deeply moved? Number 2. Why could not Proserpine return to her mother permanently? Number 3. When would the earth look gloomy and sad? Number 4. How long would the flowers hide underground? Number 5. What would happen to nature when Proserpine would come to her mother? Activity D. Match the words in column A with their nearest meanings in column B. Column A. Number 1. Descended. Number 2. Destined. Number 3. Realm. Number 4. Bloomed. Number 5. Gloomy. Column B. Words. Number A. Dark. Number B. Came down. Number C. Developed, comma, grew, full. Number D. Area, comma, kingdom. Number E. Fixed, early.